body steps forward. The pressure on your limbs is becoming unbearable.
You give me your implement.
The pressure is finally too much. Your fist unfolds as your joints swell with trapped blood, and your pristine blade tumbles helplessly to the ground.
I cut myself free.
She's not insane, is she? No, she's just right. It's all been the same.
Her noise insane.
The whole time, it's all been the same. We never had a say.
This is a love story. Alright, if we press continue, it's just... yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. So we have unlocked almost everything but these two. So I know how to get this one. And then I think I know... I think I gotta kill myself when I'm in the beast's stomach. Ah, this thing is absolutely terrifying. Free her, dodge until you can dodge no longer. Okay. So, we're going back in. This is the final stretch.
You're on a path in the woods.
And at the end of the woods is a cabin. And in that cabin, there's a princess.
You make your way up the short path.
Yep, we're going into the cabin. Alright, so to get the beast,
the interior of the cabin
we
is
need
almost
to go inside without the knife. Alright. Hello?
Why don't you come close?
She lost an arm. I'm locking her down here.
Your eyes dart to the corner.
Investigate the arm.
As you step towards the severed limb,
what?
you hear the pattering of feet behind you.
Oh, that's
soft
new.
Against the basement floor, then loud and desperate against the stairs. You turn to chase after the princess, but she's fast and has too much of a lead.
I didn't mean to do that.
She slams the door behind her before you can make it to the top of the stairs. The lock clicks into place.
What's this lead to?
Thanks for letting me out. I'd return the favor, but I think we both know that I can't trust you to let me stay free. You should understand. It just isn't worth the risk.
I forgot to lock the door. That's
With
what
those
happened.
parting words, the princess walks away, her quiet footsteps eventually fading as she leaves you and the cabin to rot. You're stuck here. Alone. It can't just end like this.
I guess it is.
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. You don't know how much time passes before the end, but eventually it comes. The world ends, and you end with it.
What does this give me? The witch. This is the witch? This gave me the witch.
On a path in the wood.
A few extras that we gotta do anyway. Let's see what we haven't done with the witch. Fight dirty and in a direct confrontation. Until the world itself swallows you up. Okay. So we're gonna take the blade.
You take the blade.
And enter the basement. The mirror hasn't done anything if we look at it.
The
so
door
it's
to
fine.
the basement.
Silence, I see. Don't think I've forgotten about you. I recognized the sound of your nervous little footsteps as soon as they came into my home. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else.
Okay. Can't you get all those? Don't want to hurt you. Don't trust you. like to be straightforward with my intentions. I didn't care for how you treated me last time, and I think you might be a danger to the world. I'm going to attack you now.
Do you think that being direct with your ill will frees you from its wickedness?
Yes.
Murder and betrayal are still murder and betrayal, whether you state your intentions or keep them hidden behind your back.
See, this is why we never tell people what we're actually thinking. She's just as mad, only now she's ready for us.
Still, better a violent fool than a plotting coward. Better for me, I mean.
As you close the distance, readying your strike, the princess's chain falls from her wrist. She takes advantage of your split second of surprise and throws a fistful of dirt into your eyes. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. It's a shame we're playing opposite teams.
Haven't done this part.
This is why you couldn't just abandon her here. Left to her own devices, she would always find a way out. Now stop her.
You must have known I would be ready for you. Deep in your heart, you know the same things about me I know about you. We're both so very awful.
As you brush the silt from your eyes, the princess tackles you, flattening you against the dirt floor.
We were always going to kill each other here, weren't we? I can't trust you, and you can't trust me, and those doubts spin and spin and spin into hate.
She buries her
what?
teeth deep
What?
into your chest, tearing...
What?
Great, she's distracted. Stab her in the back. In for a penny, right? Why not? As the princess rips meat from bone, you plunge your weapon into her unprotected back.
Ha, you bastard! Even face to face, you find a way to stab me in the back. I know you, and you're hideous, absolutely wretched. Just like me.
I didn't lock you in the basement this time! You locked me in the basement!
Maybe we are the same. So what? Throw her off us. Kick her in the shins. We don't have to fight so dirty. Of course we do. Fighting clean won't help us win. It takes a wretch to know a wretch, and we're all at the bottom of the barrel here. There's no point in pretending otherwise. Are we? At the bottom of the barrel? We've got dirt in our eyes and a chunk of us chewed out. If that's not the bottom of the barrel, what is? No arguments here. You're doing great. Keep playing dirty if that's what it takes. But if we win, we won't be at the bottom anymore. We'll have climbed a little higher. And once we start climbing, well, who knows where we'll stop? You'll stop right here if you keep daydreaming. Don't let yourself get distracted thinking about what comes after. None of us ever said we stopped fighting. And what a low and vicious fight it is. Eyes gouged, skin scratched bloody, hair ripped and nails broken. Every rule there ever was in the book of honourable combat, both you and the princess have broken a dozen times over. That's nice and all, but are we winning?
I don't know. I think it's
Nobody's
pretty
winning.
equal.
I thought playing dirty was supposed to give you the upper hand, but I suppose that doesn't work if you both sink to the same lows. Still, at least you're not losing. The princess cackles maniacally as the fracas continues. But behind her cackle, you hear the low groan of warping wood.
What?
Wait, what's going on? We're establishing a newer, better pecking order. No, the groaning thing. Why is the wood making noise? Who cares about the groan? It's just a sound. Things make sounds all the time. I care about the groan. Doesn't that mean something bad is happening?
I think so.
Oh, yes, well, I'm afraid that's the sound
What's
of the
that
basement
noise?
getting smaller.
What's that thwapping noise? Does anyone else hear that, or am I crazy?
Do you hear that, you pathetic wretch? Those are the roots of the wild, and they're coming to choke the breath from your lungs and squeeze the life out of you.
Excuse me, what?
Hmm?
You and the princess disengage for a brief moment, just long enough to get your bearings. Behind you, the basement door has been sealed over, thick roots barring your only exit from the dirt pit. And slowly, but very perceptibly, the roots are closing in on you both.
That's right. They're coming for you, and they won't stop until there's nothing left down here but them.
That means you're dead too. Wait, what about you? They'll crush you just as easily as they'll crush me. Go out fighting. We're
You
gonna
attack
keep
the
fighting.
princess once more, and once more the two of you fall into a vicious brawl. The basement continues to shrink as you fight, but neither of you pay it any more mind. Not until it's too late. The roots twist around you both, binding your limbs and rendering you helpless. As your fates close in, all you can do is watch her, and all she can do is watch you. At first it's almost gentle. The two of you lift it delicately off the ground. But the cradle of the growing roots soon gives way to tightness, and that tightness gives way to bulging pressure as they begin to constrict. The sound of creaking wood is drowned out by the snaps and pops of your bones, pain flooding your senses as you feel your skin deform, being shaped unnaturally by the living basement.
Oh, that is just... Ah! What the...
Tears well up in the princess's eyes, her own bones splintering and flesh swelling with trapped blood. But still she smiles through it all.
I can't wait to do this again. You wretched little thing. I hate you, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh!
You can't breathe, your vision swimming with red, your head pounding as everything tightens.
Okay, so we've been crushed by roots before, but we did see her get crushed before our very eyes like this. What the heck? This is so disturbing. Look at her face. We are literally just 20 minutes in, and this is already happening.
And then you pop.
Oh.
Everything goes dark. And you die.
Oh, we're in the wild again, aren't we? Oh, we are. Okay. Well, it's not the end of the world. We're in the wild again. That's fine. We're okay. Let me just check my memories. Separate before ending it all. That seems to be the only one I need to get, because I've done everything else. We're in this one again.
No, you have to.
Technically I don't, but this is the only route I haven't done with this, where we slay her.
Raise the blade, taking aim at her heart. And then you strike.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was the one thing we didn't do the last few times we've messed with the wild. But you never see her die. Something has taken her away. And it's left something else in her place.
She's gone.
Where'd she go? Should we try to find her?
I'm begging you, don't.
Ignore him. Gaze into your reflection. Proceed to the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me.
In a long quiet. Are you the princess? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? What are you? Make me forget.
She asked.
Okay. So
You make your way up the short.
hello?
Why don't you?
Locking her down there and laying her bleed out.
This is a dangerous play.
Tell you what, I'll even stay here for a while to make sure she's dead.
You close the basement door,
Oh,
locking it behind
dang
you
it,
and
this is the
quickly
wrong
barricading
one.
it. You settle in against the fire. It isn't long before you start to drift.
I know you're still there.
Wrong one!
Make things easier on
This is the nightmare again. Gosh dang it. Hi. Floating hand.
Time,
Yes.
aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me.
The world around you is unwound. It's physical matter. Yeah. I know. Okay. So we can't lock
make
her
your way up.
away. You gotta lock the door behind us. That's the thing. How do I do that? I forgot
interior-
how to do that. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement.
Blah blah.
Good. You're still.
Okay. Well, let's talk a bit
Okay.
first.
Oh. Of course.
Maybe if we talk to her a
How's
bit more, we'll lock the door behind us. I'm still not sure what to believe. What are you going to do if I let you out of here?
The princess hesitates before responding.
Hmm.
She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
What I do doesn't really matter, right? At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Give me a sec. I'm just curious. This is the only thing we haven't done where she breaks the chain.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Won't kill you, but I won't set you free. It's too risky. The truth played.
Thank you.
Okay. Hello?
Why don't
Your
Let's finish
eyes
this.
dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her.
Close the door behind you. There
You
it
close
is.
the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks
Investigate
immediately
the
click.
arm.
You step forward to investigate.
The beast. What do you
I
want?
want to swallow you.
Stay alive.
You're a little slower this time. Or maybe she's...
Okay, I don't think I can keep this up, but why? Why do you want to kill me?
Why does anything kill anything else?
Again.
Once again, you narrowly avoid the full force of the impact. And once again, you are too slow to come away unscathed. You're starting to get tired. You're making mistakes. This isn't working. We have to do something. We have to figure out a plan. Don't plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters is that we stay alive. We're trying, but we can't keep this up much longer. We have to. We keep up or we die.
You're getting slow.
Oh, hello!
She seizes the opportunity, lunging once again from the darkness, fangs bared and claws flashing. She attacks over and over and over, and each time she leaves with a little piece of you.
That's terrifying.
It's hard to think, but we have to think. We have to move. It's too late. Before you get the chance to react, it's over.
Ah!
She makes her last foray from the dark corners of the room, unhinging her dripping maw, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. You do your best to dive out of the way, and you partially succeed.
Partially?
Yes. The princess fails to swallow you whole. She only swallows your lower body. That's just as bad. That's worse, even. It's death either way. At least this will be a faster end. You look down to see that the bed is strewn with your intestines. trailing all the way up and disappearing behind her blood-stained teeth. Your legs are nowhere to be seen. You start to go into shock. The princess, bloody saliva dripping from her lips, idly gnaws on what's left of you as you rapidly fade away.
I didn't mean to do that. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
You're terrifying!
We're not dead, but you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
The den. Well, we're somewhere new! We got the new one!
You're on a path in the woods.
It's a jungle!
We're going in with a plan this time. We're not getting stuck in another loop, just acting on instinct. We're stuck in a big enough loop as it is.
We got the new one, at least.
Instinct was keeping us alive. Until it wasn't. So what are we supposed to do? Great, so you've been here before.
Yeah?
That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done. So you know more than you're letting on. Yeah, what he said. Of course I do, but believe me, it's in your best interests. The more you know about the princess, the more difficult your task will be. And why is that? Having me explain why would defeat the whole purpose. There are simply some things I'm not allowed to tell you. It's a hard rule.
Okay. So we unlocked the new one. I'm not... Okay. This is terrifying and disgusting. What the heck have you become? What are you? You're a dragon weasel ferret thing with wings. What are you? What is this? What is that?
And whose rule is it? Who's telling you to boss us around? We've died twice already, and if you want us to stay alive this time, it's in your best interests to give us an edge. It's my rule, and this conversation is over.
Okay, what's the plan? We're just gonna go to the cabin.
You make your way down to the cabin.
Oh, what?
Your fated confrontation awaits. You know
That's
what
new.
to do. So, we need a plan.
We stab.
We've been over the plan. Goad her out of the shadows. Make her show herself. And what if she doesn't want to be seen? We'll figure out a way to make it happen. And if that doesn't make her any easier to fight, it will. It's always easier to fight what you can see, no matter how big or toothy she might be. She spent as much time as she could in the shadows. So we're gonna draw her out.
Like we did with the demon.
But she's fast. And she's clever.
Are we doing it like we did with the demon?
We're clever too. So this time we're not gonna let her cut off our escape. We're gonna lead her to the stairs ourselves. It'll be a lot easier to deal with her once we can actually see what she is. But you already know what she is. She's a princess. Yeah, right. A princess we couldn't see. And one that had big, sharp teeth, too. How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing our job? Sharp teeth.
Oh, do you not know about the sharp teeth? Yeah, they were very sharp. They
Interior
took
is
off our
dark and
legs quite
overgrown.
instantly.
Lines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all. The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. If there's a way forward, that mirror is blocking it off. What are you talking about? There is no mirror. It's just the stump and a narrow tunnel that leads to the basement. He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive us. Then either way, we need to investigate. Might as well get started.
Okay, so we take the blade.
Take the steel claw. You pull the blade from the stump, gripping it tight. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Yes, it would.
Odds are
Yes,
we'll
it
need
would.
it. Thanks for not putting us in a bad spot.
Approach the mirror.
You step forward, approaching the small hole that leads to the basement, hesitating before you enter the princess's lair. Haven't you been paying attention? We're not hesitating. This supposed hole is blocked by that old mirror. That mirror isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from somewhere else. It, if there even is an it, is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually. It's so grimy. Maybe we can wipe it clean and finally get a look at ourselves.
Maybe.
You reach
From your
forward and wave your hand over the
Oh,
open
that's
hole
such a small
leading to
hole.
the basement.
That's so small.
See? Nothing. Tricks of the eye.
How are we meant
No
to get in
one
there?
sense can be trusted on its own. You step forward into the darkness.
Well, we're in there.
If there were once stairs leading into the basement, there is nothing left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend. It smells of mold and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. As you crawl forward
Probably.
on hands and knees, you're met only with the sounds of ambient earth. No voice slinks confidently up the stairs. No entity threatens violence or pleads for safety. Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound.
What should I do? I'm saving. That's what I'm doing. I'm saving. I'm freaking saving. Say nothing. Say nothing.
You say nothing, maintaining the silence as you carefully make your way down into the basement. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole.
Oh, I don't like this.
There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed. Stay on your toes. We take a step into the shadows, and as soon as she moves, we jump back, make her follow. From there, we trap her in the tunnel, draw her out of the cabin, whatever it takes to get her out of her element. Then we're safe.
Staying quiet, are we? Step into the shadows, ready to fight. Try to lure her out?
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. That's right. Keep steady. Don't let your nerves get the better of you. There, she's about to strike. With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows. But you've already started your swift escape. That's stage one. Now stay focused.
Okay.
You dive into the tunnel and begin scrambling up towards the cabin. You hear her behind you, claws raking at the dirt, chains rattling, then snapping, breaths hot and heavy with the effort of the ascent. But the sounds are coming slower now, the breaths pained and stuttering. You no longer sense frantic motion behind you in the tunnel. You risk a glance. She is abroad and silent, her withering flesh clinging to bones too large to fit in the narrow space. She managed to squirm her way into the tunnel in pursuit, but now she's stuck, incapable of either moving towards you or returning to the open darkness of the basement below. So that's what she's become. She wasn't like this when we started. Was she?
Out of everything, I wasn't expecting her to get stuck.
No, she wasn't. Looking at her makes me feel sad. Yeah, now that we can see her, she doesn't feel like much of a threat at all. She paws futilely at the air between you, but her shoulders are pinned in the narrow confines of the opening. She has no hope of reaching you. When she realizes this, her arm goes limp, flopping to the dirt floor of the tunnel, and her eyes fall from yours, defeated. Her eyes look up at yours, wide, pleading. come back, you can imagine them saying, "Don't leave me here." But you shouldn't listen to the sad eyes of a vanquished enemy. She wants nothing more than to change places with you. If you want us to ignore her, then why would you tell us any of that wide-pleasing eyes begging for mercy business to begin with? All it does is make us feel conflicted.
It does. Why do you keep bringing up... I feel so bad.
I'm merely describing things as they are. It's not my fault that her eyes had something to say, even if that something was a ploy, which, if I might stress, I pointed out to you. What should we do about her anyway? Can she still end the world like this? She hurts. We should help. Now, let's think for a second. Let's reevaluate. Should we help her?
I don't know. Should we?
Well,
Should we not?
I do feel bad looking at her. There's no way to get close without being in reach of those claws. We've come this far, but can we trust a creature that until a few short moments ago fully intended to eat us? What an excellent question with an equally excellent answer. No, you should not help her. She's clearly just waiting for you to drop your guard. And beyond that, you do well to remember that she poses a threat to reality itself.
Should I let her out? Should I free her?
You already have a weapon, and she's as vulnerable as she's ever going to be.
Oh,
How
she looks so sad.
you use it?
Drop the blade and approach her. Approach her, blade held behind your back. Turn around and leave. You're done here. Drop the blade and approach
The
her.
princess's eyes go wide as
We're
the
dropping.
blade tumbles from your hand. You're going to get yourself killed. What are you doing? We could all just turn around and be done. What's your game?
She looks so
You and I both
sad.
know there's no game. He's made a bad choice. As you draw near, she
hi,
readies
hi.
her claws, raising them to strike.
Wait, I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help.
Don't flinch. Show her our resolve.
Offer your hand.
You reach forward, offering the princess your hand. How ridiculous. She was about to kill you. Do you really think getting stuck in a tunnel for less than a minute has fundamentally changed her? Yes, she's a victim of her own nature, just like we are. If all she wanted was to kill us, she'd have kept trying. But she's hesitating, isn't she?
She looks more scared of us than we are of her, really.
Yes, she is. Her eyes shift from faux ferocity to confusion to a gentle sadness. She lowers her claw and places it in your hand. Ugh. Do you think we can pull her out of there? We have to try. It's a bad death being stuck in place. And what if it doesn't work? What if we can't trust her? We have to trust someone else eventually. It's either him or her, and I know you don't trust him. I don't even trust the rest of you, but that doesn't mean we have to go around pulling bloodthirsty monsters out of perfectly good traps. But we haven't seen what happens if we help her. Doesn't that mean it's worth exploring? I can't argue with that. Alright, let's see what happens. Maybe we'll finally get some answers.
She's turned further into like a weird bird lion thing. Are those wings back there? And she has like an extra paw? Pull her
You
free.
tug, but the princess remains stuck. What a shame that the bones of her massive form are too large to fit through the narrow tunnel. Keep pulling. All he has are empty words. He can't undermine us if we don't listen. You are all infuriating to work with. But fine, you continue to pull on the princess's arm and she starts to budge. She pushes with her back legs, clawing at the earth, a burst of strength aiding your efforts. The dirt and stone start to crumble around her. That's the spirit. Keep going. Yes, quickly, before the whole tunnel comes down on top of us. Yes, wouldn't that be an interesting development? What if the very nature of this tunnel was such that you were incapable of leaving safely with the princess? How
devious.
Frick off! I broke you last time feeling
Does
sad
it
for somebody.
collapse? Yes, it does. As you pull the princess free, the tunnel around you does exactly what you thought it might do. It falls apart. Trapped. No, we have to get out. We have to get out. It's too late to scramble for freedom now, little voice. You didn't think just pulling her out of there would be consequence-free, did you? Well, the ceiling collapses. Heavy stones tumbling down on top of you and the princess, and I don't believe it.
Don't believe
Let me
what?
guess. Everything goes dark, and we die. No.
Oh, no, what?
You
What?
open your eyes to see the princess, her body stretched over yours, her face wincing as she shields you from the heavy rocks and debris.
I was expecting to
There's
be
space
dead.
enough for you to move, at least for now. I'll be damned. So there's more to her after all. The pack is always stronger than the lone hunter. We save her, she saves us. She understands. Well, you can't keep saving each other forever. Her arms are already starting to give out, and there's a whole mountain of earth on top of her, just waiting to bury you both. We can always dig. Both of us. It beats suffocating to death down here in the dark. Then let's do it.
Dig through the earth. Come on. We're gonna dig. We're gonna
You and
escape.
the princess dig through the loose earth of the collapsed tunnel together. How sweet. But it seems the harder you try to claw your way forward, the denser the path becomes. All of this effort, and for what? A chance to end the world? I hope you fail. His words are nothing. Pay attention to what you feel and see. It doesn't matter if you ignore me, because I'm just telling you what's happening, and what's happening is that you and the princess are getting tired, and your mouths are full of dirt, and it's getting harder to breathe. Harder to breathe is still breathing. Well, either way, the two of you are miserable. I don't know, I feel like we're forming a bond with her. Can't be all that bad if we're bonding. She's not capable of bonding. Need I remind you that as soon as she saw you, she tried to eat you? You are not friends, and as soon as you're out, you'll see just how seriously she values your life.
I think she's more terrified for her own life than she is wanting to kill me right now.
If you were so sure we were going to fail, you wouldn't sound so desperate. You're just hot air. There's nothing of substance to you at all, is there?
There's not. There never was.
I have plenty of substance. I have feelings and desires. Like my desire to save everyone in the world. I feel that very strongly. Do you smell it? Fresh air.
Claw your way to freedom.
With one final massive heave of her body, the princess pushes her way out of the tunnel, leaving you behind in the quickly collapsing space you once shared. Yours was an alliance of convenience, just as I predicted. She has left you to die, buried and alone. You are unbelievably petty. Oh, my pettiness is nothing compared to yours. You were delighting in my suffering and the damnation of the entire world just moments ago. She hasn't left. She's coming back. Don't you hear her? No, she isn't. She's... How many times do you have to be wrong before you stop talking?
20. Oh.
The princess stares down at you from the air. Before the tunnel can finish sealing itself, she cranes her elongated neck and gently plucks you from the earth.
It's still terrifying to look at.
She carries you across the half-collapsed ruin that was a cabin, carefully setting you down by the door. If there were to be a record, let it show that I tried. I really, really tried. But there won't be a record, will there?
No. No. Open the door and step into the wilds.
You open the door.
She looks so exhausted.
Two of you stepping out into the fresh air and collapsing together onto the dewy grass of the outside world.
She's like a lion centaur with wings. Oh! This is a second pair of arms, and she's got more back here. What? How long are you?
We're outside, and there's ground beneath our feet. I don't see any oblivion. Admit it. There never was an end of the world coming, was there?
He doesn't reply.
Yeah,
he
we
does
got
not
him there,
reply.
didn't we? I don't think I've ever seen him stunned into silence before.
No, he's not here anymore.
Can't you feel the hole where he was? He's gone. Fancy that? I'm not sure gone is good.
The princess rests her hand close to you. Her eyes stare into yours amid the untextured threads of the world unraveled. Are we free? They ask. I'm cold. I don't want to be cold. Then you don't get the opportunity to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where does she go?
The lion and the mouse
Should we try and find her?
form an unlikely alliance in the dark.
And there's that mirror again.
Huh.
Why is it here? Why now?
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel...
Gaze into your reflection. You're withered. Oh, you are tall! You are very tall! Approach her. Approach the giant beast lion thingy.
When I found you in the
You have
long quiet
centipedes.
alone, I was terrified.
The tail.
What if you had decided to let me wither?
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is it
I'm trying to see if there's
I'm
anything
sorry.
different or new.
eyes close and
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
with every gift?
You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right?
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
I think she has like 6 legs? Not 6. 8 legs. 8. Because this isn't even the bottom. This isn't the bottom. And she has wings and a tail. You've been kinder to me.
Why wouldn't
What do you want me to bring you next time?
gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is consumed by instinct, a dancer moving to the rhythm of the flesh. She will make for a ravenous heart. Do not mourn her, for she is part of something greater.
Okay. So don't have any preference how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Okay, I don't want to hurt you, but the more I go back, the worse I fear things
The
get.
vessels are a weave of emotion at odds with themselves, but they are only perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have given me enough to build a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. The task of finding my vessels is your burden to carry.
Okay, attack the entity. Destroy your body. I'm ready to go back.
I await your return, but we will meet again.
Everything goes dark. A ravenous heart, bring the den to her.
You're...
On a path in the woods, and in the middle of that, and at the end of that path is a cabin. Okay, so we just did the den. We went down this path. To be torn between thought and action is to hesitate. To hesitate is to die. Take the blade.
You take the blade.
Save the princess.
Against your better judgment,
Approach
you place
the door.
No, we won't have.
Slay, slay, slay. Warn.
Stop that.
Slay, slay, slay. Resist.
The blade.
Okay. Now we're at the prisoner, so we're going to proceed to the cabin.
Down here too.
Okay, so we're going to slay her.
Without a moment
I
of
saved, so
hesitation,
I just want to
you
see what
charge
happens.
the princess, your blade primed to deliver a lethal strike.
I am not a damsel to be helplessly murdered.
As you move to strike the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists. In an instant, they're around your neck, both of you dropping to the ground as she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly.
Drop it, or you die.
I thought this was going to be a safe move, but she's going to kill us. Just listen to her, do what she says. How many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted? But while strangulation can be very distracting, she's not armed, and you have your pristine blade. End her before she ends you.
Okay. I'm gonna try to slay
You
her.
steel your will and refuse to give in to the princess's demands, ignoring the stars dancing in your eyes and the screaming of your starved lungs. You strike. You fumble your first few attempts, only making surface-level scratches and gouges as your arm flails forward, barely able to obey you. But a single focused blow was all it took. Your blade pierces up through her ribs, slicing through flesh, striking her heart.
Was this the right move?
The chains loosen. The darkness creeping in at the edges of your vision subsides.
None of this was ever very fair, was it? But I did kill you last time. I should have expected you might want some petty revenge. Unfortunately for you, that means you've dug your own grave. You can forget about me ever helping you again, even if it damns us both.
And just like that, the princess is slain and the world is saved.
Coldly
Whenever you're
rational,
ready, you
execute
can
a
proceed
prisoner.
to your reward. I don't like this. It was too easy. It was not too easy. We almost died. That's right. This was an incredibly difficult task, and you performed it admirably. Let's just get out of here. I don't like looking at her body. Plus, he said there'd be a reward. I'd appreciate a reward right about now.
Is that what I need to do? Receive vile evidence of the princess's wrongdoing.
You have the attention span of a fly. How are we supposed to unravel the mysteries of this place if you're so easily distracted by empty promises? It's better to have a short attention span in a situation like this. There's no use dwelling on the past, especially when it's already set in stone. And especially when your promised reward is not, in fact, empty, and is worth all the adversity you've been through to get here. Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it. With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. You can think of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life. It's all uphill from here. The windows.
I feel like there's something wrong.
Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just empty. The door. Check the door.
Open the door and accept your reward.
You open the cabin door,
It's
ready
this,
to
of
return
course
to
it
a
is.
world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. You don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows. But if everything's gone, does that mean we're not gonna get our reward? This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have it. And I suggest that you have it. Okay. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Like hell it is. What's done is done. And there's no going back now. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
Decades? No, it can't be decades. We can't go along with this. We can't let him win.
Did you hear the narrator? I'm happy, we're happy. I don't know, I'm pretty happy. What do you suggest
we still
then?
have a blade. Let's use it on ourselves and start over.
He's suggesting you
Okay.
kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself when you have an eternity of bliss right in front of you.
Did you hear the narrator?
You
Let's do
goddamn
this.
spiteful bastard. Are you really going
Yep.
to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
Yes.
Why should it matter if we die at this point? Haven't you already gotten what you want? I don't have to answer that. That's all we needed to hear. You raise the blade, then drive it into your heart. You collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right? Yeah, we'll see about that.
The gray. Oh, dang it, we're in the gray again. Oh, it's raining this
You're
time.
on a path in the wood. See? That
How did we get to the gray? It's raining now. Smell the wood rot. That's new. Ah, but we can't do this. Oh, no, but we can't. We can't, though. No, it's new, but I can't. I can't. I have to get the unlock. I have to unlock. No. Wait. I know what we can do. We can save here, and then we'll load here. Yes. Sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before.
Sit where you were told to sit. Sit closer this time.
Do you think this is a game? Do you think these chains take away?
As you move towards the princess, she stands. Her chains, in an instant they're around. The metal chains constrict around your windpipe as the princess heaves.
Drop the knife or you...
What is she doing? We weren't.
I can see where she might have gotten the wrong idea. She doesn't have much agency here. Would we have trusted her if the roles were reversed?
I don't know. How about we think about the nuances of interpersonal relationships when we're not being strangled? How many times did I warn you she's not to be
Let's drop it this time. Let's see what happens if we drop it.
As your weapon falls pathetically to the floor, the princess releases you from her stranglehold, shoving you away with a swift kick. Your hands test the bruised flesh of your neck as you regain your senses, watching with a dazed expression as the princess snatches up the blade.
That wasn't so hard, was it?
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly, as she raises the blade to her throat.
You can stay right where you are for this next part.
What is she doing? She doesn't say another word. As she
Oh, it's this.
You
Let's
close
look away
your
this
eyes.
time.
But that doesn't stop you from hearing every grisly detail. The splitting of skin, the
You
wet
seem happy about
mulching of
this.
severed veins, the grinding of metal against bone. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that? Killing herself?
We don't know that she's dead yet. We're not even watching it happen. She could just be faking those sounds.
And then, finally, you hear a snap and an uneasy silence. There is a slow and fleshy tear. Hard to fake that. This is.
And yet our eyes are still closed.
Finally, there's the soft thud of something roughly head-sized bouncing against the floor, and the clattering of chains as they drop along with it. I think you can open your eyes now. Oh no, what did we do?
Okay, so we're just gonna leave the basement.
Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade.
With your work done,
And the door.
you open the cabin door.
Okay, it's gonna go through this. That's bullshit. Let
What's
us out of
done
here.
is done.
What do you suggest
still
then?
have-
You goddamn spiteful
Is this gonna
bastard.
end up with the... Oh, it's the cage. Now it's the cage. Okay, that's new. Okay.
You're on a path in the wood. Chains everywhere. This is different. This is new.
There we go.
Worse is what it is.
Got it. We finally got the last one we haven't gotten.
We're finally starting to see reality for what it is. This place is a prison, and she's not the only inmate. You're acting like reality is this static thing. But this world is constantly changing around us. How can you be so sure that you aren't breathing the prison into existence? That by feeling the walls closing in on you, that's exactly what they do.
Wait, I just need to see real quick. If... Okay, I still need to get the vital evidence of the princess's wrongdoings. So that's probably when we leave her alone and locked in the basement. Possibly. Anyway.
What a crock of pretentious bullshit. Reality is as solid as the ground beneath our feet. And if we just examine it, if we apply enough scientific rigor, if we think hard enough, we'll find a way out of here for good. Don't you see? We're already making progress. And what if looking at it is enough to make it change? Where does that leave us? It leaves you exactly where you are right now, and presumably exactly where you've been before. I'll spare you my full introduction, since you've clearly already heard it at least once, but I would like to remind you that the people in my world are living, breathing, suffering entities, and not pawns for you to sacrifice in pursuit of some vague truth.
I'm honestly curious what's gonna happen. What's gonna... Silently proceed to the cabin.
You stand at the edge of a
Oh.
cliff. An abyss yawns beneath you, empty and endless.
I feel like this
The
is...
only path forward, a rusted metal bridge. The cabin looms on its far side. I think you already know what waits for you within.
I feel like this, is a little worse than Alcatraz.
It's like the world itself doesn't want us to reach her. There's nothing to find out here. Time to check in with the missus. I'm going to pretend you didn't just call her that.
Proceed into the cabin.
Every surface of the cabin is draped in chains,
Oh.
the air filled with the mock birdsong of metallic clinks. Where there should be walls, you can see only endless ropes of metal, with hooks dangling from their ends. A fitting cage for a monster, destined to end the world. There's nothing for you to do but step forward into the basement. You already have your weapon. Your objective awaits. And how are we supposed to get to the basement? I don't see a way down. All I see is a mirror. What mirror? There is no mirror. The only thing of note here is the door to the basement. It clearly serves some purpose, but what? Is there something about us we're supposed to see? Can it be a tool of some kind?
No, it's just there to be there and mock us.
Or is it a distraction? Something meant to confuse us? Can we please stop talking about the mirror? I'd rather not spend more time in this room than I have to. It's creepy. You step
Approach
out
the
onto
mirror.
the floor.
Oh.
Or what should have been a floor. Should have been? Yes,
Is it just
unfortunately.
chains?
You realise too late that there is no floor beneath the metal. There is only a loose web of chains suspended over some unseen space. An unseen space that you are now rapidly plummeting through. Nothing's solid here, is it? It's all just a shifting mass, waiting for us to drop our guard. Your fall is suddenly, painfully halted as rusty chains pull taut against your skin, their hooks digging into your muscle. You find yourself suspended in what appears to be a vast, dark space. The glinting of yet more chains merely hinting at its full dimensions.
Hello?
You dangle a few feet off the bare concrete floor.
Hi? Oh, that's
If
gross.
the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Yeah, I think so.
As your eyes adjust to your new surroundings, you make out a figure standing in the gloom,
Hi.
obscured in shadow. She watches you with the stillness of the grave. Easy now. We don't know what sort of situation we're dealing with. We should let her make the first move. Let observation give us an advantage.
You had the knife. When did we get that? Hello?
but you are met with only silence, save for the creaks and groans of metal as it sways in the stale air around you. The hooks slowly shift in your skin, the pain coming in waves as you continue to dangle helplessly. What if the chains don't have to be real? What if they aren't real? They feel
dug
plenty
into my
real
skin.
to me. Yeah, it would be nice if we could just tell ourselves the chains aren't lodged in all our joints and they'd magically go away, but I'm afraid that's wishful thinking. Well, maybe wishful thinking is what we need. Maybe they're real, but maybe we can cut through them. It's worth a try.
Hello?
The princess takes a slow step
What
forward.
the heck?
As she
What is
does
that?
so, the heavy chains shift, tightening and tearing at
that
your
her
flesh,
head?
your joints screaming
that her
in
head?
agony as the rusted hooks dig deeper. Stars dance in your eyes as the chain wrapped around your neck threatens to choke you. As your vision comes back
That
into
is her
focus,
head.
your eyes fall on the body of the princess,
Oh.
finally emerged from the shadows. The body of the princess is a weird way to describe a person.
Well, it is the body, because the head's in her head.
It's only accurate. The form in front of you is a body, draped in raiments of chains, her head dragging along behind her in an iron cage. The head stares up at you but says nothing, and the chains squeeze ever tighter.
What's your problem with me? I only ever tried to help you.
What makes you think I have a problem with you? Because I'm a head in a cage? Don't be silly. That's what I've always been. It's not like you're any different.
The body takes another step towards you, the chains around you tightening, the hooks boring deeper into your flesh. They constrict dangerously around your throat. You find it harder to breathe.
I don't think she's happy you're here. But what do I know? I'm just a set of eyes and ears. I don't make choices. At least not any that matter.
I don't want to die like this. I don't want to die like this. Somebody do something before she kills us. Please. We're stuck here. What are any of us supposed to do? Reason with her? I don't think she's acting rationally. I think she's lost it. This was all doomed from the start, wasn't it?
None of this is my fault. I haven't done anything to you except give you my weapon twice. She? Are you talking about your body as if it's a separate person? It's you.
That's what I used to think. But time alone has taught me the truth. I'm not my body. I'm just the thing that watches it. There's so much pain that comes from tricking yourself into thinking you have a choice. But none of us have choices. And knowing that has made me feel so... free.
Yeah, very much free. Like this.
Everything we witness is just another shade of the same endless cycle. I wake up in chains.
The body steps forward. Your bindings tighten again.
You're pulling
You
on the
come to me,
chains.
knife in hand.
The body steps forward. The pressure on your limbs is becoming unbearable.
You give me your implement.
The pressure is finally too much. Your fist unfolds as your joints swell with trapped blood and your pristine blade tumbles helplessly to the ground.
I cut myself free.
She's not insane, is she? No, she's just right. It's all been the same.
Paranoid's insane.
The whole time, it's all been the same. We never had a say.
You're setting me up to fail. I can't make real choices strung up like this, and you're refusing to make any choices at all. Us choosing the same moves every time we play isn't an indictment of everyone's free will, just how things happen to play out. I could have thrown away the knife in the woods if I wanted to, but I chose to come here with it. What was I supposed to have done? Did you want me to carry your severed head out of the cabin with me? I thought you were dead.
That is what I wanted, but you didn't do it.
You didn't tell
I
me!
don't think you could have done it. The walls are what the walls are. So give in with me. None of this is up to us.
She steps forward yet again, and the chains dig into you, your nerves screaming, your heart pounding, your lungs desperate for air. I don't think we can hold on to you much longer. How many times will we have to do this? I'm tired.
I don't know.
This is all getting so predictable, isn't it? Pop.
Pop? You're falling. The world is spinning. And then you hit the ground. Your body light in a way that is sickeningly wrong can roll to a stop. The sound of rattling chains and a heavy thud as the rest of what was once you falls to the ground somewhere nearby. I'm still alive. My head. My head. Hi. You are unable to take action, unable to defend yourself, unable to even look around as the princess's body steps towards you, one slow rhythmic step after another. It stoops down to pick you up, and then a shadow rises behind the body, blade glinting.
And now, the cut.
The cut? The cut? It strikes. It strikes true. And the body drops its cage in pain. They descend on each other in a maelstrom of chains and hooks and feathers and blood, find their way deeper into the shadows, till all you're left to witness are the sounds of violence.
See? You only ever thought you were in control. Isn't it so much nicer to let go?
I didn't let go. You ripped my head off.
My body ripped your body's head off. I didn't have anything to do with it. You get it. It's not like you're responsible for what your body is doing to mine now. You and I just watch, like we've been doing since the beginning.
And so you and the princess watch as the bodies weave in and out of the shadows, performing their lethal dance.
Look at us go. Aren't we beautiful?
The movement is gorgeous, primal, uninhibited. Steel crashing against steel and flesh rolling off of flesh.
It's all going to come to a head soon.
Okay, that was a terrible pun right now.
Head.
Okay, screw you. Screw your puns. And at last the climax plays out. Your body, red in chains and shadows, makes its final move, and so does hers. Chains shatter spine and blade pierces heart.
I guess I'll see you next time.
What do you mean? Both hers and yours collapse, their dance complete. Blood drips from the princess's mouth and she coughs.
It's cold, but that's always been us, hasn't it? Cold isn't bad.
The bodies are still there. Oh, now they're gone. Okay. You don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns. Say nothing. No exit. Remain stuck between the walls of a pattern in a steely cage. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. You've withered. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her. Uh-oh.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
It changes me.
If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what this says about me.
How strange of you to ask me then.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is a body that convinced herself she was only a set of eyes. She will make for a watchful heart. Do not mourn her. She is now what she wished that she could be.
I'm just curious. Was there more that we could have done? Yes, there was. You give me your implement. See, you already did that part. So we already dropped the blade. A peace offering. The things we leave behind. At the edge of freedom. It's a little cold out here, isn't it? All of that just to take it all away? You're cold. I cut myself free. You've been here before. An open or watchful heart. I'm still planning to kill you.
If that remains...
Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspective...
Have you figured out what you want when we're finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and
knowing me. Do you still not care?
I care about your gifts, but I have no...
So you don't have any preferences on how you like to change or grow?
The tides do not...
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our...
I'm ready to go back.
I will be here.
Take the blade. You out of here. You guys slay her. I think this is what leads to the adversary.
Blade trembling in your hand.
No, this led to the tower, dang it.
You have already committed.
Dang it. Okay. Whoops. Well, we're at the tower. Struggle and fail against the divine is ultimate heart. Okay. So we're gonna do the goddess again.
Gosh, a warning.
I meant to do the adversary.
If that's what...
Pick up the
you
blade.
reach forward.
Stand.
You can feel a creaking tension, but...
End this.
Oh, we'll end...
We're gonna slay ourselves.
Just slay yourself.
Yeah,
You're
we're gonna slay myself. There we are. Okay, now we're here. Okay, so we're gonna go to the cabin.
But a great and horrible change is already...
Proceed into the cabin.
As you step forward.
Hello. Embrace your new goddess. Oh wait, hey funny one, didn't you say something about a third option? One that can make everyone unhappy?
We could always run away, right? To where? I don't know. Anywhere. You're all ruining the moment of her ascension. Have you no respect for the divine?
Take the blade, embrace your new goddess, or flee. Okay, we're gonna save again. Alright. What happens if we flee?
A coward to your core, you turn to flee, leaping from the piece of floating debris and into the empty space beyond where the woods used to be. This isn't cowardice, this is a calculated move. Sure it is. Can it be a bit of both? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't just a little afraid of her.
Are you so awestruck by my glory that you cannot bear to look at me? I think not.
As you fall, a great force pulls at the back of your neck, violently yanking you away from whatever lack of destination you were headed towards.
Now witness me!
Why must I witness you?
Your grace. She turns you to face her. The scruff of your neck is held firmly between two giant fingers. So much for running away.
I forgive you your transgressions, but my destiny is inescapable.
She's right. We don't even have a weapon. It's over, isn't it?
Yeah. Almost done. As soon as I'm done, I'll go do that.
And yet she still extends her mercy.
Come on.
We should do as she says. Why are you all resisting in the first place?
This is the same dialogue. Embrace your new
So much for
goddess.
spiting her. Spiting him it is.
Good. I can feel your heart opening to mine.
Her words are like a gentle tug, drawing you closer to the mountain of her body. You land softly on her shoulder. Her skin is warm and comforting. This really is the end.
I guess
Is
it
the
is.
end? We're still here.
The night sky unweaves into a textured nothingness. He does not respond.
Everything is gone but us and her. This is her power. This is where we're meant to be.
He's really gone. Huh, that's unexpected. But he would have said something by now if he were still here. Right? Yeah. Never knew when to shut up, that one. It's part of why I liked him so much. I can't believe all it took to make him disappear was saying no once. What happens now?
This world is but an illusion, keeping us from my ascension. A play of shadows dancing on the wall.
Wait, are you taking us somewhere? The princess reaches forward into the textured nothing and buries her fingers in its divine flesh. Her touch is soft.
The flame may be snuffed, but the wall remains. This isn't just for my glory. You are a part of this now.
What do you mean?
This is nice. We're safe. She's helping us. She's helping everyone.
What do you mean by that? Her grip tightens and somehow you feel it. The pain sits at the limits of your comprehension, like an endless sea of hands falling on you one after another before finally collapsing in on themselves. You lose yourself in the darkness. Scream in intelligible agony. You have to stop this. I can't take it. You're hurting me.
It will be over soon, little bird. Then your eyes will open, and all of this pain will seem but the fading memory of a distant dream.
Soon? Soon? Does that mean there's gonna be more? My only comfort is that he isn't here to see us suffer. He would love that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would. The textured nothing is ripped open, and with it, you are ripped open amid a sea of dissociative pain. You can feel everything that is you pouring out into the ether, and you feel something else too. Anger. A need to lash out and hurt that which is hurting you.
Yes. Hurt her. Do something, anything, to make it stop.
No. If suffering is what she demands of us, suffering is what we'll give. Why would I doubt our God?
It is so tempting to see what's on the other side of that great big nothing, but I think I'm gonna lose myself if this goes on for much longer. Why do we have to be the ones going through all this pain while she gets all the benefits?
Blasphemer. We have been given the gift of offering ourselves to a higher purpose, and you spit in its face.
Make her suffer with you. Suffer in the darkness alone. Let's suffer in the darkness alone. I just want to see what happens. You continue to lose important pieces of yourself. The memories of entire lifetimes lived fade away into a space where you can only recollection of them is that something used to be there. You die and are reborn and die and are reborn, shrinking and shrinking again and again until there is no you left to die or shrink.
You've done so well, little bird. Behold, the fruit of your anguish.
Open eyes open. Are they yours? Don't feel like yours anymore. There's no other word to describe what they belong to.
Where are we? Does it even matter? Here, there, it's all the same.
You're all starting to sound like me.
They're broken. Your vision focuses, revealing what has been done. The world has opened up, and beyond is something beautiful.
Oh. What is that? I think I want to be there.
I think there's a few of them that breaks it.
It's where we're supposed to be.
The wild can also do it if you accept to just stay.
Can we come back if we go there? I don't want to go there if it means we can't come back.
The princess steps forward, bringing you both to the edge of the something beautiful. It is dizzyingly vast. It's grass, but neither of you cross the threshold. There is a roaring like underground thunder. She is stopped in place.
Were we supposed to stop? I don't think this is over.
After everything I cast aside on my path to ascension, what remnant of the old could possibly be left to defy me?
Oh. You look down at the princess's feet, rise a shifting mound, a mass of hands clambering over each other, crawling their way up her body. They start to pool. The mound becomes a sea, and the princess struggles to stay afloat, to keep the two of you close to the hole in the world and the light of something beautiful beyond. But she's drowning. As the sea rises, she pulls you from her shoulder and holds you above the tide. You turn back to look at her.
We have to be able to do something to help her. This can't be how it ends. It can't. It can't. It can't. It can't.
I think this is the end. I can feel every part of me freezing over.
Oh, this is creepy. It's like snakes. Hands reach over hands, pulling at her face, dragging her down into their frigid depths. She's tired, and life fades from her eyes.
You have been the only thing I've ever known to show me grace. I am sorry if I have not shown you the same.
The princess summons the last of her strength, her face a shield of purpose and determination. In her final act, she hurls you toward the hole in the world, towards something beautiful beyond.
Fly, little bird.
No. No. I don't want to be somewhere she isn't. It would always be dark without her.
It's what she wants for us. But can we make it? Of course we can. We can do whatever we want. And I believe in her.
Oh, what? But the hole seals before you can make it to the other side. If there is a time to bask in what lies beyond, it is not now. Oh. As you turn to look back at her, you see that she is gone. It's time to leave. Memory returns. What the heck? What was that? What was that? What the heck was that? Oh my gosh. How are you?
There's a world beyond.
Yeah, I've kind of seen it.
The next.
Okay, the next time we meet will be our last. So, okay, which one? Which one shall we focus on to try to get? Okay. What if we... Okay, we're gonna do the princess. Because I think that there might be another way to get the gray while it's raining.
Good. Blade.
Okay, so we're in the damsel again. I want you to tell me what you want.
I just want to make you happy.
There must be something you want.
I just want to make you happy.
But what would make you
I just want to
happy?
make you happy.
Okay, so something isn't right here. I'm sorry. Slay the princess.
You turn the tip of your blade towards the unsuspecting princess. Thank you.
Wait. No, you barbarian, what are you doing?
But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and strike. The princess's eyes grow wide with terror as the blade falls, but she does absolutely nothing to stop you. Your blade pierces her heart, and she collapses pathetically to the ground.
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No, my love, you did nothing wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not you.
I'm going to die now. I think that's what you want.
And just like that, she's dead. And the world is saved. Thank you for seeing this through. I know it must have been difficult.
I feel sick.
Sick. You took part in the murder of the fairest creature that's ever...
Let's look. Yeah, that was... Oh, doing it unlocked if we killed her in any of her other weirder forms. Interesting. Okay. So... It's just gonna bring us to the gray. And we've already been to the gray, and it's not gonna be the right gray because she didn't die hating us. Yes, I'm sure. So instead... Oh, the weird voice?
Rescue.
Oh, is that really what you want?
Yep, and I tear open my heart.
Or, like the one below, is...
I'm sorry there isn't too much... Okay, slay the princess. Let's see what happens.
But as you attempt to get up, the torches flare and shadowed hands pin your wrists to the arms of your too comfortable seat. There will be no getting up. At least not for now.
I can't get up. Something's holding me down.
The princess smiles nervously.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. That's just how it works here. We don't have to go anywhere anymore. We have everything we need. He just wants us to be happy.
You said he. Who is he?
He's the voice that whispers sweet nothings in my ear. I think he made this place for us.
It all makes sense now. It's him, isn't it? He's making all this happen. He's the one who trapped us here. Who? The lovesick one. The one from last time. He's not gone. He's just with her now. He's the shadow.
Hey, Smitten. You were real chatty last time. Then he smiles.
The torches flare and the shadow grows for a moment.
He says he's tired, and I don't think he'll answer anything else you have to say.
What is this place?
It's our happy ending, just like you asked for. It's everything we're supposed to have ever wanted.
You mentioned dinner on the stairs?
Oh, right, dinner. I totally forgot.
Refuse her hospitality.
Oh. But you were the one who asked about it.
I know.
Sorry, that was snippy. It's okay. It's okay.
I ate it last time.
We can figure something else out.
Dude, I ate it last time and we just kept going in circles.
This is fine. This is fine. This isn't fine. This isn't fine at all.
As the words leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters and then goes out entirely. Won't there be more shadow? No. Just darkness without a shape. And then it won't be able to hold you any longer. You'll be able to do what you're supposed to. As if in response to the dousing of their brother, the other three torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
What just happened? Did you make that torch go out?
I didn't mean to. I promise. Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
It's just a torch. Don't worry about it. We still have plenty of light.
Yeah. We just have to keep the rest lit.
Oh, we're going through this now. Great. This place isn't right. We had to put them through... Do we actually have everything we need? Because it doesn't feel like it. It feels like... I'm actually happy here. Okay, so... We've talked about food. We've played games. Now what? Do we actually have everything we need?
Everything someone else has told us we wanted. but it isn't what we want.
Nope.
The third torch sputters out. The princess's shadow dances furiously against the far wall.
There's just one left. What's going to happen when it goes out?
Don't worry about what's going to happen. We don't have to let it go out.
The princess turns to face the final torch, eyeing it with an empty but gentle fondness.
Wouldn't that be nice? I love the little life we've built, and I hope it never ends.
And it doesn't end. The flame burns brightly, gray eternal.
I suppose all our worry was for nothing. It's just playing pretend. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's always been cold here, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. Goodbye, dear princess, who never got up from the table that time. We don't get the chance to respond, nor will we ever.
She's
Memory
gone.
returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
We don't have to let it go out. Keep the last torch burning.
Is that a mirror? Why is it here?
Okay, so this should have been the last one.
I think
Are
you
you
know.
me? Okay. So I want to know how we get other endings. Like actual full-on endings. Because if we go in here... Yeah, it is. Especially since apparently one of the endings you need to have 5 vessels that you acquired through violence. Okay. What happens now?
Ever the passive play.
Okay. I told you what was going to happen when we reach this point.
I know, and I've been waiting for you to see it through. Violence has always been our language.
Yes, it
hasn't
has.
If this is what it takes to save you, then so be it.
A picture of a life, and a picture of a life, and a picture of a life. How deep must repetition still our movements, until even the air we breathe is stale? But the flames had to diminish for us to build something new. In a world without both of us, the flames could not go out, nor could they be lit again. Would you hold the world in place forever?
Reject her authority, argue your independence. I won't engage with violence. I've existed without you. You act as though the world can exist without you, but I've existed without you.
Have you? Or is what you think of as independence merely an illusion? Without me, you can have no contrast. And without contrast, you have no shape. You are weightless and alone, suspended in the gravity of an
I
idea.
know.
When you were confronted with my vessel's apotheosis, you chose to accept me, to allow me to burn away all doubt, and turn you into an instrument of my divine will. You accepted that I was everything, and together we found our purpose.
How do I...
Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into consciousness.
Continue to argue your independence. What are the woods then? What is the cabin? What is the time we've spent apart if not me existing as myself?
Time you've spent away from me is still time spent in reference to me. Even then, both of us are more than our bodies. Am I not in the trees? Am I not in the cabin? Am I not in you?
I'm pretty sure you're not in me. Okay, here we are. Oh,
Fear
hi.
is a chain around the neck
this is
and a needle in the eye. It was fear that made our prison, and it was fear that told the lie that our spirits were not free to choose.
Huh.
But together, we left it all behind.
Oh, there's your body.
And found a world free of burdens. We found the beauty in accepting our dance.
I was wondering where your body was.
This construct is a
It's gone
machine
again.
of fear. It has no place in our divine hearts. Shatter it. Leave with me.
Continue to argue your independence. I wouldn't be here. Destroying you would leave all of reality a colorless blur.
You place far too much trust into the ravings of a fearful and ignorant soul who overstepped his bounds.
Oh, hi.
You are devoured. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows.
But we had a dance unfinished, and you had questions in need of answers. And in the cold starlight you found them. Fear reflected in the eyes of that which terrified you. Even the cruelest of...
Oh, what? Oh, dang it, what happened? Cruelest of monsters are not unworthy of sympathy. Within me, nothing is beyond redemption. Together we ducked through hell, and together we found our freedom. Continue to argue your independence. I'd rather trust an ignorant soul who died trying to make things better than a god who let the wheel of suffering turn forever.
Intent is nothing. Wisdom is everything. I turned the wheel because suffering is a falsehood, a delusion. It is up to the world to free itself of it. Would you plunge yourself into a cold and empty eternity on faith alone? Would you destroy the only other thing like you to save a world you've never seen?
Oh, hello. There you are.
A web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves.
And when the
shade
tapestry
of
was
a beautiful
undone, you
beginning
struck
we
at my
can never
heart.
return to.
You saw me as a part of you to be exercised, but in the desire for accession, you made yourself whole. Will you still be whole if you destroy me? Reject your authority. Continue to argue your independence. If I need to destroy you to build a better world, then I will.
And if I need to spend all of eternity to stop you, then I will gladly do so.
As the clash between you abates, the princess relaxes. Smiling from a distance, the respite is welcome.
Are you still committed to my destruction?
Yes. It's easy to believe in things. I had to fight for a better world. I'm so sorry. I can't let that happen. I can't let everything die. Slay the princess.
Then try to destroy.
You have no idea how good I can do this alone.
I don't think you can. You obviously need help if you're going to strike a decisive blow.
Okay.
You're not going to slay it.
I need to make sure that he doesn't take me to the cabin. Please.
There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began.
Please don't take me back to the cabin. This ending requires me not to go to the cabin.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she?
Yeah. No.
Too bad. We're going.
No! You jerk! I said no!
Waiting.
Sit with her. It's good to finally see you again. What if we just leave? Okay. Dang it. You messed me up. Dang it. Okay, so the only way for me to get the thing is if I... of course. So the only other ending I could get was if I had
Can
5
you actually do that?
vessels I gained
What
from
would that-
violence take her hand in yours. I've always wanted to leave with you. There's no need for words. Leave with her.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh
I
well.
think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going,
All good. Leave with the princess. Hands clasped together, you and the princess leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. You feel her hand tremble in yours. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this. Yet she still is. And as she crosses the room to the door, pulling you excitedly with her.
Come on, princess. It's just a door. Sorry, I'm just a little nervous. This is really it. Whatever happens next will be completely new.
Yes, it will. I guess I love you.
I love you too.
Okay. Alright. Well, that was the same ending I got not that long ago. That's great. I didn't know that you need another ending where you can get all of them through violence. Where you kill them all. Or you hurt them. Or something. I did not know that. Okay. That's gonna be it for today. And that's gonna be... We've seen all the princesses now. And that was my main focus. I was trying so hard to get another ending, but the only way to get another ending is if you have 5 violent vessels. Ah! Okay. So that's gonna be it. Good day, good night, whatever time it is for you. I am gonna go. I'm gonna leave. I'm a little annoyed that I didn't get a new ending, but it's whatever. That's it. That's the end of my Slay the Princess. I'm sorry if it's a bit of a downer since I didn't get a new ending, but it's what I could get. Because I didn't realize the things you had to do in order to get one. Anyway, that's gonna be it. And I will pick up the Miles files next time. Good day, good night, whatever time it is for you, and goodbye.